Princess Leia.
You know what? He actually looks rather
Faber as
pretty.
Princess Leia. Okay.
He's a pretty girl.
Oh boy, it's been a long, strange trip. Joe and David, 20 years.
That's just not right.
No,
Really?
it's not right at
That's not
all.
right. After all
It's
that
not
time.
right at all.
And you know what I like especially is I'm holding your big arm there. What the heck?
I never seen that before,
Is that
Joe.
an old thing or is that just new?
I mean,
Thanks, really. Great.
it's a testament. I feel okay about that. That's how bad you're. I mean,
That's really not nice. Thanks so much, really. 16 years, and that's what I get. Princess Leia. My little girl will be happy, though. Emily will love that.
I can't. Is my mic not on? Am I not going to be part of this?
You're a part of this. Yeah, you're here. I hear you.
My mic is.
All right, let's take a look at some of our fondest memories. That not being one of them.
Look what they sent us. Look at the size of that thing. Pull back on that. That's the biggest cover of a magazine I've ever seen.
I like that shot there that shows little CNBC on the side of this, don't you?
The leading name in business news.
You can dance.
That boy can dance, can he? All right.
I want to dance.
Volatile.
No, it might exacerbate some of the moves we're seeing right now.
You know, you have to wonder whether it's medication they should be taking, but they're not.
What are you thinking about during the day? Your investments and sex. Exactly.
I got you.
It's 12 noon somewhere.
Yeah, I'm ready if you are.
No, that's what we'll do during the break. He and I are going to just have a beer drinking contest.
All right.
Oh, man.
We have viewers right in now that, you know, your show has become so flip, and I go, did you watch? I mean, it's been like that for 13 years, Mark, has it not?
They don't even have some of the really.
I know.
I mean, when we used to
Lava lamps.
boogie to K-Tel.
And then
Austin Powers.
we would go off on these tangents. Muskrat Love, I remember. Then we started, what was a muskrat? I just remember these.
Do you remember?
things.
But you know, there's a point I want to make here. There's a guy who works in audio, John, or at least he did.
Still does.
He did audio for Squawk Box back then, and you know, you never heard from him, you never saw him, but he was really a key part of that show because
Still
he,
is.
unbidden, would drop in these sound effects or whatever.
And we had the penguins. Remember the penguins?
Yep. And anything a little bit blue, you'd hear "Yeah, baby" with Austin Powers. Do you
He
remember?
came up with the boing for Viagra.
Do you remember when one of the variations of we've lived through a lot of managers too, haven't we? Hasn't that been a little bit satisfying to see him come and go? Not the current ones, of course, but we have been through. Remember when you cut your tie off after I mentioned it, Mark?
Yes.
And Bruno said, if I hear one more flip remark or something that doesn't have to do with business news, you're out of here. And then we saved the emails that said, don't change this, and we had a stack.
Oh,
you
that's
remember that?
right. That stack. I think I still have them somewhere.
Or the time, Mark, where you wore the helmet in, and one of our genius managers said, don't you dare do that, and you went in and showed him something from the chairman of GE that said, I love that.
Yeah, right.
And he went, never mind.
And you know, after I cut that tie off, Shep and Ian, who run Vineyard Vines, sent me like 24 times.
You haven't had to buy a tie since.
I haven't had to buy a tie since.
Those guys are nice.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Faber. Let's get to Faber, who has not aged a bit.
They think I'm smart. They do. They like me. I have nothing to say about it, okay? And if you do, I crush you into a little tiny bitty. Dino before, quiet after. That's disgusting. Teens scare me. They just scare me. This is my telecom wall. Don't you like it?
He does look the same.
And you know, here's another inside thing. I assume most people figure we call David the Brain because he's smart. But in fact, one day, David was off for some reason.
No, I was just late. You're out.
and we
Yeah.
How would that have been different than any other day?
We put in his chair on the set a potted cactus, and we stuck one of those rubber brains on top of it. And
luckily-
that's where the brain came from.
That's right. Luckily, you don't call me the cactus.
That's well, we tried, but the cactus didn't stick.
Didn't stick.
No pun intended. All right, Joe. Let's look at some of Joe's best moments.
This should be fast.
It's not about me. It's about the hair. It's not my hair, so why would I turn my head to hair? You got a complaint, you take it up with Cy Sperling.
Oh, you're not
Have I ever been thin-skinned about anything?
You?
No.
Never.
So far, no signs of intelligent life, but I'm going to find it. If I have to tear this universe another black hole, I'm going to find it. I've got to, mister. I love her. Darwin and her sister Larva.
I feel strange doing this. I feel like I look strange.
You want to irritate people?
Me? Absolutely.
That was a major faux pas. I take that back completely.
I made it through, Blake, and you didn't cry. That's good.
Great job.
But wait a second. Right now, it's going. Whoop.
Oh man. Well, we had fun.
We did.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, whatever happened to that, huh?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was a fun.
We also, we did some pretty good stuff in the old squawk too. Calling out analysts before
Oh, yeah.
Elliot Spitzer even knew what was going on, right?
Calling out the analysts,
Annoying.
trying to mock the bubble. It's funny. People now you guys were cheerleaders.
Right.
The three of us did our best to
I know.
debunk all of that stuff.
It's true. Nobody listens during a bubble. They
No.
don't care. All we would get is hate mail. I remember. Can't you count? You need your fingers and toes to count how high AOL's gonna go.
Hey, Joe, remember the one you got that said, I hope you all die of cancer because oh, man.
We've seen the revisionist history written again in this latest bubble. I'm not going to mention any names, but a certain comedian has no idea whether we questioned this all along. And the revisionist history, they come out of the, they come out of the woodwork, and they have no idea whether we were questioning this all along. That's what happened last time, Mark, right?
They're telling me we have to move on.
All right. Well,
As we have done for 20 years now.
That really did look like a toupee.
All right, when CNBC launched,
never looked better.
thank you, gents, when CNBC launched 20 years ago, the rules of the game were very different than they are now. Up next, the future of financial regulation.
From one of the men who's had the most influence on current rules and oversight. Former House Financial Services Chairman Michael Oxley, our guest. As we go to break, here's our fearless leader. Look up, Mark, through the years. Let's take the tape.
Morning, everyone. I'm Mark Haines. You're watching CNBC Squawk Box. We're back. Things are looking grim. There you are, over here. No, they're over there. You're pointing to that one, but this one's the one that's on.
Haines has been medicine very well.
It's been better.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get sweatpants with pinstripes to match these things? We're not that dumb. We're not going to fall for it.
Just listening to this going on next to me is making me ill.
Tell the producer to stick it. I want you to stand up and not...
Well, you heard him. You heard him. In my ear.
They turned off my mic.